welcome back to Between the Milestones. This is a series I started to just talk about all that happens in the in between, not the destination, not the starting point, but in the middle of it all. Oh, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Taylor, your go to for hygiene, fragrance, and all things beauty. But my goal on every single platform is very, very simple, and that is to be the woman I needed years ago. In the last episode, I talked about how it feels when everything happens at once. And if you watched it, that was a lot. But coming out of that, I have been very, very intentional about one thing, and that is building a life I truly love. Not waiting for it, not hoping for it, but intentionally building it every single day. So today, I want to walk you through 4 things that have made my life a lot fuller and more interesting. 4 things that have made each and every day better. And those 4 things are travel, self-care, rest, and routine. And together they have become the foundation of a life I am genuinely excited about. So let me walk you through each one. So let's start with travel. This one kicked off this whole season for me. I went to Toronto, Canada solo and had the time of my life. It's no secret that I love solo travel for so many reasons. For one, I think it just builds your confidence and makes you trust yourself even more. And in this season and every season of my life, that is always going to be important to me to continue to prove to myself that I can do everything that I put my mind to. But also, it just affirms the fact that I cannot spend my life waiting on people. Schedules are not going to align, but that doesn't mean that I have to continue to wait or even ask for permission. And that is the kind of freedom that I will continue to be so grateful for in every way. I literally had the idea. I booked the trip, and the next thing you know, I was on a plane touching down in Toronto. Honestly, I think I'll always enjoy traveling solo more than traveling with other people. But this trip hits so different because I was able to do something that I've been wanting to do. I haven't had much time to talk to you while I've been here in Toronto, but it has been an absolutely amazing trip. Like, I can't stop smiling because this has just been an amazing trip, and today was just an even more amazing day. Today is actually June 19th, which is Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. And as I sit here proudly in this black body in a new country and having the experiences that I just had today, like, I'm grateful. I am so, so grateful because not even 2 generations ago, the life that I currently live did not exist, especially for the people in my bloodline. And so it feels good to be here to just like enjoy the fruit of my labor. That is one thing that I am like forcing myself to do this year. I am a workhorse. I will work until I can't work anymore. But I had come to the realization about like last month that like I wasn't having fun anymore. Like, I am doing all the things that I said I was going to do, and I am accomplishing everything I said I was going to accomplish, and I'm checking everything off, but like I'm not having any fun. I'm not having any fun. Like, I'm not having fun. And so this second half of the year is all about enjoying all that I've worked for and having a ball, having a blast. And Toronto has been, well, let me not say Toronto. The people here call it Toronto. The T is silent, it's non-existent. But yeah, I've had a ball here. Today I actually did something really, really exciting. Honestly, this whole trip, I feel like I've been really intentional about spending my black dot hairs. So hold please. First on the list, I stopped by 2 bookstores. One I literally just stumbled across. It is a small little, I'm pretty sure it's queer. It's a small queer owned business. It's also Pride Month. Happy Pride. Be who you are. Period. For your pride. Y'all know the rest. Y'all know the rest. Anyway, so 2 of these books are from like a small queer owned bookstore called Hopeless Romantic, and the other 2 are from a black owned bookstore called A Different Book List. So I have all books by black authors, which y'all know I don't play about my black authors, and these are all black romance novels, which I'm really excited to read. And I actually got a book called Hopeful Romantics, which That's me, that's me. And then today I picked up my very first designer bag. And for some, you're probably like, girl, so. And to that I say, you on the wrong channel. Celebrate with me, nigga. Okay. Anyway, I have never purchased anything designer in my entire life. I've purchased some expensive things for other people, but not for myself. And going back to what I just said, we are having fun and enjoying the fruit of our labor. And so I bought my first little designer bag. It is a mini, well, not mini, it's a nano speedy. And it is the cutest thing, y'all. I am outside all summer and I need a little bag that I can like hold, and also that looks really cute as a over the shoulder bag. And this comes with the shoulder strap. And I also purchased a passport cover. Now, if you don't know anything about Louis Vuitton passport covers, you can get them stamped with every country that you go to. So I got a stamp from Canada, which I'll like insert a picture somewhere here because it's currently in my travel bag. But super excited about that. My sales associate was absolutely amazing. Shout out to Tyler and Ricky, I believe. Ricky, I think that was her name. But they were absolutely amazing and just so welcoming. And I used to always think like I couldn't go into those type of stores because I felt like as soon as I walked in, they would know like I'm a fraud, I'm a fake, if that makes sense. But that's just a lie. That's a lie that I like made up. And at the end of the day, the check cleared. So money talks. Money talks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I always just felt like I would feel like an imposter going into that store or to any, honestly, high-end luxury store. But the truth of the matter is, like, I belong there. And I belong there simply because I do. Like, and so do you. Like, I was always so scared and afraid to go into those stores with people or even alone, but to do it by myself in a different country and get a bag that I have literally been eyeing for the past year. I'm not kidding, y'all. I've been talking about this bag for a year, an entire year. Like I've been wanting this bag for a year. It felt so good, and like to not even think twice about it and not stress about it. It felt really good. Like if y'all don't know my story, like I don't share that much online about how far like I've come and just like my family has come, but there was a point in time we did not have a place to stay. We were homeless. And so to go from that to seeing every single person like in my immediate family, my mom and my brother, like all of us to be succeeding in our own respective fields and just like happy and have healthy relationships and just like be growing. I am just so blessed to be here. Like I know that this does not have to be my reality. And I'm just grateful. Like I'm grateful God did it for my family, but I'm also grateful that God continues to do it for all of his children. And this, like all of this is a tangible thing, but like the intangible is what I'm so grateful for. Like I have a very amazing, supportive, kind, loving village. I come from good stock. We're not perfect, and we are good stock. Like I come from good people. I come from kind-hearted people. I come from selfless people. And you can see that in everything I do. Like I am truly a product of my environment and the people who have loved me in every facet of my life. And so I hope that you guys see that, and I hope that I just continue to inspire like the little girls that watch me, or even the young women. Like my whole point and purpose of sharing online is to inspire the version of me who was watching other people do what I'm currently doing. Like it's not as far off as you think, for real. It's really not. Like the only difference between me and you is time, consistency, and opportunity. And favor. And favor. But like all these things you have access to as well. You know what I mean? Like your story can truly do a 180. And so I hope that you guys know that. But Toronto has been great. If you want to see any other travel content, it's all on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. I always do a travel vlog. I always do a food recap to know where to go to eat. And of course, outfits, because y'all be bullying me about the outfits. But Toronto is a fantastic city. It's definitely in my revisit list. I will definitely be back. The people are kind. The city is chill. The food is fantastic, and it's very easy to navigate. It's very easy to navigate. So Toronto, I'll be back a few more times. I'll definitely be back a few more times, and I'm grateful that I got another country under my belt. We are currently at country number 16. So another one off the list. And I also got to go to Niagara Falls. I don't know if I said that or not, but Niagara Falls was really, really fun. And like I said, all that will be in the travel vlog recap for you. But yeah, traveling really does my heart and my mind well. And I feel rejuvenated and even more creative every single time I come back from a trip and even on trips. And now it's on to the next trip. I already know where I'm going next month, and I'm very, very excited about it. It's a city I love as well, that I'm really, really getting to love even more every time I visit. So, Toronto, you've been good. Until next time. As you can see, Toronto was really amazing. I was not expecting to love the city so much and just meet so many new people and have such an amazing experience that I will probably be back before the year ends. This trip was a reminder that life truly only gets better for me, that I really can do whatever I put my mind to, and that I deserve all the good things that this life has to offer. Now, self-care. This is where I feel like my mind has really expanded in what I actually need to take care of me. Self-care for me recently has looked like spending quality time with my favorite people, solo dates, and trying something new. My friends are genuinely the greatest source of joy for me outside of the Lord. I have been blessed with the most amazing friends. Like, that is just, I wish everyone got to experience the village that I get to experience, and I pray that they do, even if it's only for a short period of time. But I love my friends. I love my family. I love that God has blessed me with just amazing people to be around that uplift me and make me feel like I can truly pick up the world, carry it on my back, and like run on. I honestly think when you're a public figure or even have a public facing job, it's so easy for so many people to feel like they know you. So actually spending quality time with people who know me before any of this even existed, or even know me after it existed, and just like have just become really, really close to me, that means a lot to me, because in this life we need to be seen, and it is nice to be seen by people who truly care for you and want the best for you. That has been genuinely filling my cup the most these days. And then we have solo dates. I've been enjoying my solo dates so much. I cannot explain. Every single week I try to do 1 to 2 things solo. Last night even I went out to a jazz concert, and it was phenomenal. If you've never heard of Kevin Oliver Jr., is that his name? I guess that's a fun fact. I am obsessed with jazz music, specifically live jazz music. I clean my house to it. I will listen to it on a long drive. Like, it just to me sets the perfect scene for me to be reading my romance novels. I've also been trying a lot of new restaurants here in the city. I travel so much that I really don't get to be a tourist in my own city. And although this is the start of my second year living here in Atlanta, I still have so much more to explore. So I've been really intentional about just getting out in my own city. And most importantly, I've just been enjoying my own company. I will always be my favorite person to hang out with. And I think that says a lot, because a lot of people run from spending time with themselves, but I will literally always choose to spend time with myself than doing anything else. And then we're trying new things. Y'all, I tried hot Pilates, and boy, was it hot. Now, I don't have any physical proof of that because, one, you couldn't record in the studio, and two, I was rethinking all of my life choices after stepping into that hot behind room. Would I do it again? Absolutely. But I would only do it again if I had on like braids, which I did have in at the beginning of last month. But yeah, y'all, I think I just need to try regular Pilates before I try hot Pilates again, because I definitely dived into the deep end. But it was really fun. I had a great instructor and very challenging. I don't think I've sweat that much in my entire life. I don't think I've sweated. I've lived in the South my whole life. I don't think I sweat that much ever. Ever. The great thing about trying new things is just being able to say you did it. If you like it, you can add it to the list of things that you now love as a hobby. If you don't, you can always try something new. So next is pottery for me. I don't really think I'm going to like it, but hey, you got to at least try it once. So pottery. And I also want to get into coloring books. The girl said that coloring is really mindless and I need a mindless activity because outside of reading, I don't really have any other mindless activities. So I guess y'all can let me know some other hobbies or things that I can try. Now on to rest. This one I'm still working on, I'm not gonna lie. But I have been finding different ways to rest, whether that's resting my mind, resting my body. I will escape into a romance novel in a hot second, okay? It is no secret that I love to read. I love a good book, specifically Black romance. Like, I will escape into a book very, very quickly. But I have been much, much more intentional about rest because, again, going back to life is short and you don't get a second try at this life. And I don't want to spend my life only working or on the go all the time and not allowing myself to really just sit back and relax. So, the ways that I have been resting is, of course, reading. Another way that I have been resting is just honestly sitting in silence. Like, no TV, no book, no nothing, just sitting with myself. But I think the most important way that I have been resting is having an off day or off hours of like no media, no social media, specifically because it's my job. Like, a lot of people use social media as an outlet, but that's like my 9 to 5. So having hours of the day where I am just like putting my work phone in a different room, solely working on my laptop and not just scrolling or trying to find the next, no, being very intentional about my time away from social media because, again, nobody should be working all the time or have work on their mind all the time. And I have become a lot more intentional about that and making sure my mind is rested. Because to me, a full life isn't a busy life. A full life is one where you actually have the energy to enjoy what you've built. And that is the life that I am going to forever try to curate for myself. And then we have routine, which is the thread that holds everything together. So for me, the first thing that comes to mind on Mondays every single week, I have my groceries delivered. This helps to set me up to ensure that I am not eating out mindlessly or out of convenience. If I am eating out, it's because I am intentionally doing so and I am enjoying a meal with a friend or a loved one. And also, we have body goals. We need to be confident in that thong bikini. Amen. Amen. Also, making sure I move my body every single day, only taking a rest day on Sundays. And I think most importantly, having a hard stop with work. I've started implementing summer hours, which are between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., where I am intentionally working in my business, and anything after that just waits until the next day. I have a life to live. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to put my life on pause because I am just working. I am a very hard worker and I pride myself on that. But at the end of my life, I'm not going to wish I worked more. And I'm just being very intentional about having hard stops to my days and also like maximizing my work hours and maximizing my off hours because your girl has truly been outside. And honestly, that's what makes my travel feel earned, my self care feel intentional, and my rest to feel guilt free. This season of life has genuinely been one of my favorites. This is the kind of summer in life that I dreamed about and thought I would have when I watched TV growing up. Like, this is the summer that I thought I would have in college, but now I'm having as like a full grown adult, which is honestly better because now my brain is fully developed and I'm more responsible, more thoughtful, and more disciplined. If you're in a season of life where you're trying to figure out what a life you love actually looks and feels like, I hope this inspires you to take some time to actually think about it, but also start doing it. Start showing up for yourself today. Don't wait until tomorrow because it is not promised. I'll see you at the next milestone.